Joe, why the fuck is Dave and Joe, why are they so mad? We're fucking mad today, aren't we, Joe? Wanna know why we're really pissed? You wanna know why? Oh, I just wanna... It's because of the drum jokes. Drummer jokes. Jokes that are like making fun of drummers out there. We've made a huge list of them. And we're gonna face these motherfuckers head on. We're pissed. Oh, I get so angry sometimes, Joe. Don't you? When you hear a drummer joke?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Because drummers don't know anything. Because drummers don't play good music. I love anyone who makes a drummer joke. They're always the most shitty musician in the world. Like, there's no great musician that makes a drummer joke. Have you checked that out? Because, I don't know, great musicians know that the drums are not only the hardest instrument to play well, anyone can play it not well. Playing the drums really well is very difficult. But also that your band sucks ass if your drummer sucks. So they know that it's important. How many fucking bass players can just be back there, blah, 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 and your band's fine if you got a fucking great drummer? Well, that's why any great musicians know not to make a drum joke. Well, we're gonna fucking check this out. Okay, how do you tell if the stage is level? The drummer is drooling from both sides of his mouth. Joe, because people that can't play melodies drool. What does that fucking mean? That drummers are dumb because they can't go, what? So like, who's really smart is like the bass player for the fucking Scorpions? Is he really smart? Okay, how can you tell a drummer's at the door? The knocking speeds up. Yeah, that's true. I mean, my time totally sucks, so I need the drummers to be there, and then the drummer's time isn't so good, and he sucks. What's the last thing a drummer says in a band? Hey guys, why don't we try one of my songs? Because drummers don't write songs because they can't play instruments that songs are played on. I mean, you know what I mean, Joe? This makes me hopping mad. You know what I mean? There are many great drummer composers out there. I'm goddamn one of them. Joe and I are back with our drum joke episode. Man, this stuff is upsetting. This stuff is because it's clever. And what do ginger baker and black coffee have in common? They both suck without cream. That is so fucking true. Holy shit. Whoever wrote that one, tip of the chapeau. I agree 100%. That's a great fucking joke. How many drummers does it take to change a light bulb? 5. 1 to screw the bulb in, and 4 to talk about how much better Neil Peart could have done it. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. Neil Peart is not talked about like how better he can do it than you. He does what he does. He only does that thing he does. When Neil Peart, you want to hear Neil Peart sound like shit? Watch him play some fucking jazz. Holy shit. What was that drum solo he did on Letterman that with his big band sequencers? That is the worst thing I've ever heard. Neil, you're one of the baddest cats of all time. Just be able to know what you're really great at in life and don't try something that you're not just because you've been told you're a motherfucker forever by some guys that love prog rock. The fact is, you can't play jazz. You suck at it, so you shouldn't do it. And you heard it here on Rational Funk. Don't do things because you've been told, yes, 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 you're great. So then go, yeah, I'm really strong, so maybe I'll just become someone that fucking free climbs cliffs because I have really strong arms. No, you don't. You're not. It takes a different set of skills, okay? Neil Peart is a motherfucker rock drummer. I loved him growing up and whatever. But Neil Peart isn't a guy you're going to call, number 1, to groove that hard, and number 2, to play any jazz. All right, so I'm not going to say anything about that joke. Here we go. Why didn't the little drummer boy get into heaven? Because he woke the baby, for Christ's sake. Why is a drum machine better than a drummer? Because it can keep good time and won't sleep with your girlfriend. That's what we're going to start doing all these. What do you call a drummer with half a brain? Gifted. What do you call a drummer in a Volkswagen? Far from thinking. Oh, because drums you don't have to think because you just go like this. I get it. You know what? Fucking whoever wrote that joke, Why don't you try and play, I don't know, try and play a Love Supreme. See how far you get. What does a drummer use for contraception? His personality. You know his incredible personalities, man? Rock guitar players. Some of the coolest guys out there for sure. I once asked a drummer how to spell Mississippi. He said, the river or the state? I once asked the guy who wrote that joke to spell Mississippi, and then he spelled it, and then I kicked his fucking teeth in.
David has, and by the way, I'm David's father. David has asked me, what is the event horizon? Now that's not the opening curtain in a particular concert or show. No, it's talking about black holes, which are a phenomenon in space and in physics, whereby we've had a collapse of matter so dense that it has formed a huge hole, cone-shaped hole in space. And the event horizon is that area of that cone, which if anything passes that will never, ever come back out again, including light. That's why it's called a black hole.